guys, this episode is brought to you by our sponsor, ZiiDMS. ZiiDMS is built for dealerships ready to embrace change and unlock their full potential. Yep. As the industry evolves, outdated systems continue to hold dealers back with slow workflows, limited visibility, and operational inefficiencies. From multi-location management and streamlined workflows to real-time reporting and improved visibility across every department, ZiiDMS delivers a modern, scalable platform built to simplify operations, increase your efficiency, and support long-term dealership growth, allowing your team to spend less time managing software and more time driving results. Visit ZiiDMS.com, that's ZiiDMS.com today and schedule your demo.
So I've got Craig Johnson from Wild Ass Seats.
It's an honor, Brian.
It really is.
And it's funny because you say that I talked you into it. You talked yourself into it. You walked yourself up to the edge. I was just the guy that pushed you over.
So you've got a lot of things going on, but you've been doing Wild Ass for a few years now, right? You've got it in a couple of the main distributors.
Yeah.
I would have to imagine, because I talked to you enough, that you've got your challenges and you've got your different things that you go through, and you live a life and you got other stuff going on other than the business, but the business is probably demanding of your time. But, so we're going into a new year, the whole, make goals, all that sort of stuff. I don't want to dig into that too much because obviously by the time people listen to this, we're well into the new year. But what kind of drives you to continue on as you do, and to do stuff like, harass your friends into doing the things they're supposed to do, like me?
I just want everybody to be successful. And I think, being in this industry, you and I are two of the luckiest guys around. We have some really good friends. I always, you're one of my best friends in the whole world. You happen to live half a country away. That kind of sucks. But, thanks to technology, we're really not that far apart. I want to see this become successful for you. I would like actually to see you start making some money off of it. So hint, get sponsors. If anybody's listening wants to sponsor him, hit Brian up. Start giving you money. I've tried. He won't take it. So fair enough, right?
Fair enough.
So, and to kind of get to your question of what drives me for this is I know that I have the best product there is. And I don't know, we talked a little bit before we went on here. I don't think I mentioned the fact that I was in a local medical supply place here in town in Brainerd called North Central Medical Supply. We went in and used their pressure mapping equipment. And I grabbed mine, an old company that we worked for, two different forms of air cushion competitors, and a gel foam that everybody thinks you have to have, right? We pressure mapped all of them, and I'm not sure what I want to do with the information, if I want to put it out there, like in photo form, because you can tell what we're comparing ourselves to. Mm-hmm. There's that big of a difference. Mm-hmm. Far and above better than anything else. So that drives me, knowing that we have the best product. When we go to work these shows and events, we always get people coming up to us saying, man, I used to have to sit at home. I couldn't ride with my husband and I loved riding, but I got this sciatic nerve issue or whatever. And, you talked us into trying it in Sturgis 2 years ago. And now I use it in the car everywhere I sit. Those kind of stories really motivate us. Because we're changing people's lives, mm-hmm. making them able to enjoy what they like to do. I love that. And I love traveling. I don't mind getting in the vehicle and driving across country. A lot of people say that's insane. It's nuts. But windshield time is not always bad time. And you see a lot crossing the country.
If you're a company that puts out product and you can't just every week have something new, is that something that you run into as a struggle for when you go in places? And what, obviously, how do you offset something like that? Because if you don't have something that they feel like is earth-shattering new, just fresh out of the mold, do you get lost in the shuffle, and how do you make sure that doesn't happen?
So we didn't prepare any questions to answer, so you got me a little stumped on this one.
Yes.
But what I can
Sweet.
say, I think oftentimes what's new is sometimes because they don't know what to ask.
Okay.
Or they don't know, it seems like if people aren't selling our product, it's knowledge. They don't know enough about it, which is another very exciting thing we have coming. We'll have an online training that's just wild ass. So you'll be able to go on, you'll be able to log in, and you'll be able to see all of our products. I think it's the way of the future. I think it'll be really cool. But when people ask what's new, it doesn't really stump me terribly when I'm standing in front of a dealer, because it just opens up the dialogue of, what do you know about it stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Because I guarantee you I can tell you something new about it. And then we just start going from there. And oftentimes you can see light bulbs going on. Oh, yeah. And that seems to be pretty successful, but we do have something new coming now. So I'm looking forward to that. And with the distributor shows coming, they'll get first look. So that's pretty cool. So the dealers that are going to the distributor shows, you'll get to see what's.
Maybe that's what I'll throw out there for 2020 is instead of trying to find out what's new, try to find out what you don't already know to solve a problem, and serve someone.
Education.
Yeah.
Education.
Yeah. So you said you've got a training portal or a training platform or something. Is that something you were talking about yet or no?
Yes, it's coming. It seems to me that I may have sent you a link to preview it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Did I?
You did. But I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it, so I let you talk.
Well, you're not. So no, so we got something coming, and it'll be cool. You'll basically be able to answer anybody's questions, and then you'll be incentivized to do it. If you're a rep, a distributor rep, and you go through the course, you'll get this for the time to do it, as a incentive. If you're a parts guy, you'll be incentivized to do it. And some other new stuff coming in the industry that I don't know too many people know about that I happen to be privy to. You're just going to want to get involved in that for sure. Okay. On way more levels than just education and the incentive to go through the course. That I don't know that I can talk about. Other than stay tuned. Maybe in 52 weeks we'll do episode 104 and we'll be able to tell you what we've been up to.
Maybe cut the audience off from ideas, or potentially have to do what I've had to do and back burner people or tell them no, especially if I think it's to be a great conversation. But yeah,
well, then again, it doesn't matter who sponsors the Daytona Supercross. If there's Honda banners all over it, everybody's still watching it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's the Dealership Fixit podcast presented by Honda, that doesn't eliminate the rest of your dealership. That'd be like saying no Yamaha or Suzuki or Kawasaki or KTM fans are going to watch the Daytona Supercross.
Well, right. As long as I don't work for Honda or Yamaha.
Right.
My day job is working for Yamaha, and I'm sponsored by Honda. Well, I might get a phone call from the boss on that.
Well, depending on what the pay is.
This is true. I do.
I'll take that call, but guess what? They just matched my annual wage.
So yeah, if it fits for someone and they want to talk sponsorship, hit me up. Message me. But
and I don't know, you're a Joe Rogan listener occasionally, right?
Yeah.
I would shy away from the 7 minutes of constant jabbering about sponsors at the beginning.
Yeah.
Which turns into a 2-hour show.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't listen to it unless I am driving all the way across the country.
Mm-hmm.
But, you could easily just ad lib stuff. We've talked about it in the past, just ad lib stuff at the beginning, get some people to help you out, help you pay you back for your equipment, almost as a service for what you've done for everybody.
Right.
I think it's great. and you should be monetizing it. But
Yep.
there again, I don't know if it's conflict to, some employers, they want to not pay you what you're worth and then say, well, you can't make any side money. And I don't know the situation currently of what you got going on, but I guess that would be something you may have to watch out for too, that most of us wouldn't think of.
Would you encourage any certain people or any certain I don't know pieces of the industry to do a session with me? Is there anything that you'd like to hear as a guy that's not currently working in dealerships, but you work in the industry and you try to help dealerships, help consumers? Is there anything that you would like to either hear more of or sort of that?
You know what? So, as you're saying that, I don't know why this just popped into my head. I'm a manufacturer now, right? I would say there's a lot of stuff that us manufacturers get thrown under the bus for.
Like?
If that makes any sense. If a distributor is out of inventory, for instance, we take the blame. And I think it'd be really interesting for your parts guys to know more of the behind the scenes story, and maybe let suppliers be more accountable. You know what I mean? Because if you remember, I'm trying to think of what was, it seemed like there's always a certain company that it's never in stock. Well, now I talk to these guys because now I'm a manufacturer, and they'll say, well, man, I just can't get orders. I don't know what the deal is. I have everything sitting in my warehouse. But the dealers are now frustrated with it. Let's just say it's me. They're frustrated with me because nobody has any inventory. Right? Do they understand the fact that we're sitting on inventory, but we can't ship it? I've had more conversations with people regarding that over my last 4 years. It just amazes me. And a lot of companies are made or broken by having their eggs in the wrong basket.
Hey, thank you so much for hanging out and listening to this throwback episode of the Dealership Fixit podcast. We pulled this one out because the lessons still hit hard even today. If you got something out of this one, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We've got new episodes dropping, plus more throwbacks just like this one in between. There's a ton more on the channel, so go check it out. You might find a couple other episodes that'll help you out. See you on the next one.
Still guessing what to pay on a used bike? Still holding aged units that just won't move? It's time for a real system. MotoHunt's ultimate used inventory playbook shows how the best dealers are finding better inventory, pricing trades right, and turning used bikes faster with fewer mistakes and more margin. It's short, real, and free to download right now. Visit dealers.motohunt.com to grab your copy or check for the link in the notes.